Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, it's Margo. This is Tuesday morning, September 20th, 2016, and I'm going to be reading another chapter from my book on these were channeled messages on Ascension, timeline shifts, and consciousness that were channeled back in 2008 and 2009 from my inner teacher, Brother Juan, and from the Soul of the Earth, which is, I call her the Great One. And these were about ascension, about how to prepare mentally, physically, spiritually, what kind of things to expect as 3D starts getting wrapped up here, and what kind of body changes we might go through, mental changes, thought processes, how to deal with the upheavals and cataclysms and stuff that we're going to be coming up against from a spiritual perspective and a higher perspective, so that we can not lose our cool while we're here. What I'm seeing is, as things are speeding up, people are really getting almost out of control with trying to find answers, trying to go here, go there. They're feeling like they have to do something, and they need to prepare spiritually because time is up. And but what I mean by prepare spiritually is go within, make peace with people that you need to make peace with. If you've had animosity or anger, you need to deal with that. Deal with your emotions and face it head on. Don't run from it. There's no magic pill to fix anything. We have to work on this on a spiritual level. So I'll talk some more about that later. The guest call-in number, if anyone is listening and would like to call in and comment or ask questions, is 845-262-0773. My website is margoshealingcorner.com. I'm a hypnotist, holistic life coach, and spiritual healer, and I help people. I get them unplugged from implants from the matrix, get them in touch with their star family, things like that. So if you're interested, check out my website, margoshealingcorner.com, and I'm trying to help as many people as I can in these final months, weeks, days that we have here. I don't know how long it's going to be. I just feel like time is short. This is why I'm speeding up getting these messages out. Once I finish reading these messages to everyone, then I'm going to, I think I'm going to have a set time when I'm going to come on live on the air, maybe a couple of times a week, and just have call in. We can talk about Ascension and what's going on with everyone. And I'm going to learn how to do Google Hangouts so I can stream live and do it too. So stay tuned, because things are getting interesting, and especially as we head into this fall, winter season, and the elections, and all kinds of stuff. So we need to stay sober and calm and just observe more than anything. So the message I'm going to read you today is from my inner teacher, Brother Juan, and this message was channeled on March 27th, 2009. And even though it was channeled that long ago, it's very pertinent today, because in the spirit realm, there is no time and space. And when I got these messages in, Brother Juan was saying that we were going to be out, he thought, 2011 or 2012 at the very latest. But then that didn't happen. We got source-coded by the bad guys so that they could buy more time to put in all of their plans to enslave the human souls and the human race as much as possible. And you're seeing that now with all the cell phone towers and the mind control and the Wi-Fi and the GMOs and the chemtrails, and, you know, it's just everywhere. It's just so in your face. Anyone who can't see it is like, they've got to be like really blind. So the planet's dying, we're dying, and I say it's time to beam out. And now would be a good time, Scotty. So anyway, here's the message from Brother Juan on March 27th, 2009. And I'm asking Brother Juan, I said, Brother Juan, I listened to Jim Elvidge talking about programmed reality on the Coast to Coast radio show. He thinks it's probable that this world is like a movie or a video game. And before I read Brother Juan's answer, this was a show I heard back in 2009, and Jim Elvidge was talking about how we're probably in a computer simulation. We're probably in a video game. And that was, that was 2009. That was a while back. And that was pretty far out there for people to be talking about it then. But anyway, here we are, and if anyone's wanting to look him up, his last name is spelled Elvidge, and he was on Coast to Coast AM back in March of 2009. I'm sure it's in the archives now. But anyway, I haven't even looked up what he's doing now. But anyway, that's what triggered this discussion with Brother Juan. And then Brother Juan says, yes, my student, this is exactly right. This is what I've been telling you, that you're living in the movie, and the movie is almost over. You are a sentient being in the movie. There are very few. The rest are characters who have computer programs in them. They are programmed to react certain ways to certain situations. But the program, or the movie, has become infected with the virus of the dark mind, and it's going haywire. It is self-destructing. This is why the soul of the earth is waking up and going to end the movie, because it cannot let the dark mind destroy everything. Without the energy of the earth's soul, the movie cannot go on. You are connected to the earth's soul. You are a part of it. Your consciousness is a part of the earth. The earth is a construct. The mind of the Great One is the construct where all of this takes place. It is the backdrop or the setting for the movie. It is a great consciousness that is allowing this to take place, allowing this to play out. By meditating and going within, you are seeing the inner workings of the construct. You are understanding. You are seeing the dots and the grid lines. You are seeing the fabric of reality in the movie on the earth. Sometimes you will see it vibrating, and you are vibrating with it. That is when you are coming back into sync, or are going out of sync with it. When you go to sleep or when you meditate, you take your consciousness out of the fabric of that reality. And I say, Brother Juan, who did the movie? Who's making it and behind all of it? And he says, there are worlds and worlds, my students, universes upon universes. It is so vast. And I say, what is the purpose, Brother Juan? And he says, the purpose is for the experience of the consciousness. The consciousness is experiencing through you. It wishes to experience through you and through the other humans with souls. It wishes to experience all of the things that are going on. It cannot except through a sentient being, which is you. You are aware. Your personality is what was programmed into your genetic code. That's what makes you, you. But beyond that, consciousness is experiencing through you. As you open up more and more and allow it to experience through you, then your awareness of consciousness expands more and more. This is how you are able to see the fabric of reality. And I say, Brother Juan, this is just so mind-boggling to me. I feel so small and helpless. And if everything is programmed, what is the point? What is the point of doing anything? I don't have any free will. And Brother Juan answers, he says, free will is within certain parameters, my student, in the program and in the movie. It is interesting. This is an experiment in consciousness, and also in watching how the dark mind is infecting the others and influencing the simulation. But it's interesting to see how evil it is. And I say, Brother Juan, it's not any fun down here. It's really terrifying. It's horribly terrifying with what is coming down, with the nanobots in the food, total control of everything. It's all coming down, Brother Juan. There's going to be no more freedom. How can it be speeding up so much after all these thousands and thousands of years? Everything has just been going along, and now, within my lifetime, it's all coming down. It's speeding up so fast. And he says, this is how it was planned, my students. My student. The dark ones are very insidious in their game. They have ensnared the light forces. Only the ones who wake up in the simulation are not caught up in it. You are awake now. It has been a test to see the strength of the human soul and how many people would awaken and how many would sell out. The dark ones have created a very seductive lifestyle on this planet. Seductive and glamorous. It's no surprise that they have made movies to be the thing that everyone wants to go for and be a star, because it is a movie. It's all a movie. It's funny because they are not even sentient beings and they are the stars. The ones who really are sentient beings will never be the stars. So you can be guaranteed that no one who is a star will be awakened. It is a cruel dichotomy, this crazy existence. It started long ago with the plays, then the movies, and then television. It's just gone from there. Actors have always been sought after and treated as royalty, but they are not. They are merely chameleons. Politicians are just as actors. This is why they can interchange so easily. This is how the Dark Ones has set this video game up. And I say, Brother Juan, what can we do? What is there to do? And he says, you're doing all you can, my student, to observe, to participate, and observe. Remove your emotions from everything that you participate in. It is not you experiencing this. It is consciousness. Remember this. It will be easier once you reach this level, for you have no control. It is experiencing through you, your programming, and your genetic code. It wishes to do this. Come back in a couple of days and we will continue our discussion. This is all you can handle for now. You need to think about it. And I say, yes, Brother Juan, I will. He says, in the meantime, continue as you are. We will care for you and all the humans with souls who are awake or are awakening. And I say, thank you, Brother Juan. And that was the end of that message. And there's one more message in the book. I'll read it next time. And then I'm going to go over that other article that I wrote that's on my website that's called Is Earth Ascending? A New Perspective on Heaven and Hell, where we talk about the split in the timelines and where when we do ascend. And because this is very important for people to understand. This is the movie. The movie's almost over. And we have to, the more we realize that it is a movie, the more we can step back and observe it. And this is how we can deal with things in a more rational, calm manner. Because what I'm seeing in my clients and people I've been dealing with is people are so caught up in the movie and so caught up in the drama and in all the drama around them, whether it's politically, whether it's their family or their friends or whatever. They're caught up in these other people's lives, these other people's drama, and everything that's going on out there. And even like them destroying the earth, that's part of the drama to keep us caught up in it and saying, well, we can fight it, and there's no fighting it. This is part of the construct and part of the movie, and like Brother Juan says, it's been infected by the dark mind. The dark mind is controlling all of this. And so as we see beyond it, we are removed from it. And then once we don't play into it emotionally, we can step back and look at what's really important. And what's really important is realizing these things. What's really important is the awakening, the spiritual awakening. And if we get caught up in all of this drama and thinking we can fix it and thinking we can help other people, granted, I'm doing that to a certain extent, with removing their implants and getting them, cleared out so that they can get back into their own reality. But then I encourage people to go on their own because I can't do it for them. I can't do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. You have to do it for you. And we all need to work on ourselves first. And it's not selfish to work on yourself. It's not selfish to take care of yourself. to go within, to get your own answers, to pull back. It's the ego. The ego feels so important when it's like telling everybody what to do. It's the ego is it makes you feel important. And I get a lot of clients, coming to me and saying, they're complaining about their family or mainly family, or people that they're around that's bothering them, and if that person would only change, if that person would only do this or that, and that's codependent behavior, and we were set up as codependent beings, and especially by this dark mind. And codependent means that you drop your boundaries to where you don't even realize where you stop and the other person picks up, and you're thinking you have to do something for that person, and you can't. You can't fix them. They made their choices. Everybody's had a chance. Everybody's had their chances. Everybody's have made their choices, and you can't fix everybody. You can't fix other people. You can't take on their karma. You can't live their lives for them. And part of ascending is letting go of that. Part of ascending is realizing what you have control over and what you don't have control over. Well, you might have control over what you eat, what you put in your mouth. You might have control over when you can take a bath or a shower. You might have control over when you can go to sleep. You might have control over what you wear that day. But as far as, big stuff out there, we don't have control. And the best thing we can do is ask for our highest good and the highest good of everyone around us, because we don't have control. We've never had control. We just think we've had control, and that's the way we've been programmed by the dark mind, thinking that, we're so important, and we are important, but in a different way. And if we weren't so powerful spiritually, they would not have brainwashed us to think that we can't go within and find our own answers. And we can go within. We have that divine connection. Because that's, God gave it to us. That's where we came from. We have that divine connection in us. And what I'm trying to get people to do is unclutter their minds and their psyches and their energy bodies so that they can realize that divine connection. They don't have to go to mediums. They don't have to go to psychics. They don't have to go to 100 YouTubes. They can find the answers inside, but you have to do your work. You've got to unplug. Turn your phone off, turn off the TV, turn off the computer, and just go within. Place your attention in your heart and ask for guidance. Ask for Jesus to guide you. And He's the one. That's what He's here for. He came to teach us, and He got His light body. He ascended. That's what we're trying to do. And Ascension is also about death. People don't want to think about that. But if you do think about it, it is a death. And, we're talking about taking our bodies with us. Well, some of us won't take our bodies, but we'll get out of here because we're humans with souls and connect with the Great One. We won't be trapped in this 3D reality that's going to go darker, so dark that we can't get out. And so we'll either take our bodies or we'll die. And so either way, it is a death. And I know people don't want to talk about death. It is a taboo subject, and it has been for a very long time. But I don't see anything bad with death, unless you end your life before it's time, before your mission is up, and before you've attained the highest consciousness that you can before you go. But if you think about it, ascension, if say you ascend and your loved ones don't, they're gonna see it as a death. They're not gonna know what happened. They're not gonna know what happened to you, and so you need to get your affairs in order. And I'm talking about this from a logical, non-emotional standpoint, that you need to get your affairs in order. If you don't have a will, get your will made out. And even a handwritten will, handwritten is fine. And you don't have to go to a lawyer to do it. You just write it out and say, this is my last will and testimony. And you sign it and date it. And that will hold up in court. And, you need a will made out. You need your, like if you have a bank account, you need either a co-signer on it or a power of attorney. If you do have a disease, or if you go into some kind of state where you can't make your own decisions about your life, you need a power of attorney, medical power of attorney, living will, things like that too. And these are all things that people need, whether that's just part of having your affairs in order, because we can die anytime, whether we ascend or not. And so many people do leave this earth plane without having their affairs in order. And it's a nightmare for the family. It's a nightmare. And even like what kind of funeral do you want? Do you want to be cremated or do you want to be buried? If your body dies, if you don't take your body with you, that your body dies, and that's going to happen for a lot of people. So these are some things you want to start thinking about, and go ahead and do it and get it in order. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. There are ways to do this. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. And if you want to be cremated, you can go ahead and pay for that. That's not expensive at all. So these are things that people need to think about. And I'm just looking at it from a very practical standpoint. And we're all going to die sooner or later. And the earth is dying. And like I referred to in the video that I watched recently, Guy McPherson, he says that the human race isn't going to be here past 2030. Well, we may not even last that long. So it's with, Fukushima. Now that Fukushima's happened, the Earth is heating up even faster. And, if there is Nibiru coming in, or Planet X, or both, or whatever's coming in, there's going to be more stuff happening. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So I'm just saying we need to look at things in a sober, mature fashion and love each other and forgive each other, forgive ourselves, and stop fighting and go within and try to be the best people that we can be and live as sober and spiritual life as we can for the amount of time that we have left, and maybe we might have a chance to not get stuck in the machine. So that's my message for today. I know it's sobering. It's probably not something people wanted to hear, but I think it's stuff we need to think about. So, if anyone wants their implants removed and got unplugged from the matrix before it's too late, My website is margoshealingcorner.com, and I also have a YouTube channel. I've got a lot of videos up there, and I'm now requiring a 15-minute free screening session with people before I take on a new client, because I really want to know if I can help them or not before I commit and before they pay money, because this work is not for everybody, and I work in a really specific way, and so it's for us to see if we want to work together. And so just go to my website, and if you want to do the 15-minute free screening / consultation, just fill out the form there on the Book a Session page, and we'll get you going. So thanks for listening, and take care, and go within, stay cloaked and shielded. God bless. Bye-bye.